Thanks for being with us this morning on Good Day State Line. We're on our third winery as we travel the state line for the first ever GDS wine tour. And I can't wait to see all the fun that's happening at Fergedaboudit Vineyard and Winery.
We are at Fergedaboudit Vineyard and Winery right here in Hanover, Illinois. And I have to tell you, driving up here, absolutely the most stunning views, and greeted by a very, very handsome fella out front, which happened to be your dad, correct?
Correct.
Okay, this is Vicky. You'll meet Rosario, when you walk in, which amazing fella. I had a nice conversation with him before we got started. So how did all of this start?
From Rosario. Actually, my dad just turned 80 years old.
Wow.
And he was born and raised on the south side of Chicago in an Italian neighborhood. And he used to get the grapes out of the boxcars, and him and his buddies used to make wine. And it just became a passion of his for his entire life. Growing up, self-taught, everything about winemaking was just his passion. Mm-hmm. And as I was growing up, he had a wine cellar in the basement, and he used to get the grapes from local vendors. And he was an electrical contractor by trade. And he had a very successful company. Mm-hmm. And he decided to retire. And my mom thought they were going to travel the world and live in Florida.
Right, like it's time to retire. We're going south, right?
Right, yep. And he said, nope. Somebody told me about this amazing little piece of land near Galena in Hanover, Illinois, where he can grow his grapes.
And it is utterly amazing. The view here, I cannot wait to show it off. Let's talk about the name. Where'd the name come up from?
So my dad, again, is from the south side of Chicago. So growing up, everything was, forget about it, him and his friends. And trying to come up with a name for the tasting room was painful for all of us. We were all like, okay, how long is this going to take? No, we don't like that name. We like this name. No, nothing was coming. And my mom said, Rosario, sit back, relax, and forget about it for a while, and the name will come to you. And he was like, that's our name.
It just came to me.
That's our name. Yep.
So let's talk about your wines, because I mean that's the meat of it, right?
It is.
So let's talk about your wines. What am I drinking right now?
You're drinking our Charcato.
Charcato. It's heavenly.
So my dad is Italian, and all of the wines that he has produced and been making accustomed to are all of the dry, bolder, Italian type Chianti, Merlot, Cabernet style wines.
Okay.
Once we opened to the public, which was 8 years ago, and we're open seasonally from March to November.
Okay.
And when he decided that we were open to the public and we need to cater to everybody's taste buds, we ventured out and we wanted to come up with something really unique. So we blended Chardonnay and Moscato. So you get the dry and the sweet.
Okay.
It does a little palate.
For people like me, that's kind of what I like.
Okay, good. That's why we poured that for you.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit.
But our pride and what we really enjoy serving to our customers is the dry Italian wines. We have grapes that we grow here. We have 9 varieties.
I was going to say, what kind of varieties?
Yep,
so 9.
We have 9 different varieties that we grow here on the property that are cold climate, French hybrid grapes that make amazing standalone wines, but we have a lot of fun blending. My brother-in-law Jimmy and my dad get back there and they just
let's try this and let's try this and let's try this.
They really, really, really work hard at blending the grapes.
So being a taste tester in your family is pretty important.
Oh my God, it's a lot of fun.
Probably, I was going to say, a really good job to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have something, and it's a wine drizzle?
It's a wine drizzle.
Okay, tell me about it.
So it's a reduction of one of our wines. All the alcohol is cooked out of it. So my kids like it on like pancakes, waffles, ice cream. I will
interesting. That's very
baste it on a pork tenderloin. I'll put it on the grill.
Oh, okay.
And just do a little basting at the very end of it. It's peach season now, so you want to do a little grilled peach and put a little drizzle on it, and it's an amazing dessert. We serve it with our antipasta tray, which means you can dip any of the cheeses or the garlic breadsticks or the prosciutto into the wine drizzle. But very, very, very our regulars that are here today, they love it on their ice cream.
So coming out here, at first were you like, how are we getting out here? We went from the south side of Chicago to Hanover, Illinois. I mean, your mom had to think your dad was crazy.
Yeah. Well, we thought he was crazy. I was living in a high rise in my 20s. And,
right.
I said, Dad, I'll watch you grow your first grape plant. And then when you have running water, I'll be back again. And
Right.
there was nothing
I'm not
here.
living out here
I'm
in a
not
tent.
coming out here. I'm not tenting. I'm not, we're not, we're not the campers.
Right.
So we built a home and a barn, and then it turned into the secured winery that we now have, which just continues to grow. And my husband came into my life, 12 years ago, and he didn't know what wine was. And I said, you can't get married to me unless you understand what wine is.
Right.
And he helped my dad make the dessert wine, and that's his thing. And
Okay.
he loves our wine, and all of our kids are involved. My niece and nephew. My niece runs the bar with me, and my nephew runs the back with his dad, and my husband and my dad. So we're very proud. My dad
really,
is very
I was just
proud.
going to say, after meeting him and talking to him, you can just tell, like, he's sitting out there. He's got this gorgeous view, and he's in love still this many years later of, like, this is exactly why we are here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. So if you want to know more, you can head over to Google. It'll be easy to Google it, but it's forgedaboudit.com. Thanks. That was awesome. Thank you.
So we're kind of taking a break from drinking, and
Right.
we're going to eat with Veronica's Vino Drizzle.
Yeah, it's her Vino Drizzle. Veronica is Rosario's daughter.
Oh my God, this smells so good.
I know. So she's kind of the chef side of things.
Okay.
You just heard me talk to Vicky, or saw me talk to Vicky. It's made from one of their Forget About It wines. You can drizzle it over cheese, fruitcake, ice cream.
Do this.
I mean, you could do it that way too. I love cheese, so I'm going for the cheese. Okay.
It's good. I wanted to see how thick it was. So I was like, this is cracker dipping experiments. Something
Right.
I would hold at my house.
The other thing she said too is if you're cooking meat, like a pork loin, it's really good drizzled over a pork loin.
I
You
can see
wouldn't
that.
think- I mean, we talk wine and everything else, but there's a lot of other wine products out there,
Oh,
and this is
absolutely.
custom just to them.
This smells, and it smells so good. I can't really pinpoint what it is specifically, minus the grapes, obviously, but it's super
Right.
good. I could totally see it going on some sort of meat, especially during the holiday season.
Oh yeah, yeah, and different types of cheeses, fruits, and you just saw the gorgeous views at Forget About It. What a great place for a wedding too. I mean, if you're planning on getting married, it's kind of nice.
I really enjoy the name because even though I don't know how to spell it, I know
Right.
how to say it.
You can just Google it if you're trying to look them
Forget
up.
About It, Vineyard and Winery, and I assume that they would be very nice and loud to hang out with, most like my family, because they gotta be Italian.
Oh yeah, they're full Italian, and definitely shows in the choices that they make. They've got dessert wines. They have a port wine. I mean, you go in there, and I'm not kidding, you do feel like family when you're there.
Well, that's always nice. Next up, we're taking a trip to Browntown, Wisconsin for some Wisconsin Pride wine. We'll be right back with more Good Day Stateline after a look at your weather.